I had a coworker who got involved with a guy who was abusive. He was cheating on her, and the relationship was dysfunctional. The person he cheated on her with even got a job at her place of employment and tormented her. Here she was, stuck between her boyfriend and his lover. It got to be too much for her, and she asked for assistance from an organization that helped females get out of abusive relationships. They helped her move out of his house without him knowing. She stayed with some trusted friends and seemed to be okay. I didn't hear about her for a while, and then someone told me that she was getting married. It was nice to hear that she got her life back together and was moving on. Or so I thought. After a few months, I was working with her again at another company. I asked who she married and was shocked to find out that she ended up marrying her abuser. How did that happen? She shrugged it off with a sheepish smile and didn't explain. The relationship appeared good for the newlyweds. Almost every month he bought her flowers at work and showered her with appreciation. It seemed that he had turned over a new leaf and things actually worked out. After a series of unfortunate events, she had a falling out with a coworker, and the girl started telling people details about their private conversations. Those conversations included details about my coworker's relationships. She and I sat down to talk one day, and she was upset that the other coworker told people about her abusive relationship with her new husband. I couldn't believe it. It was all a facade. The flowers, the weekend getaways, his understanding that she was still very much in love with the recently deceased friend who helped her flee from him. On top of that, his old lover had been visiting the store as a customer. When I told her, she started crying and said that her husband must be cheating on her again. She blamed herself and said it was because she never held him accountable for his cheating or abuse. She regretted that she had just let him get away with it. The coworker ended up quitting the job and was still married to the abusive partner the last time I spoke to her. While she was going through the workplace bullying, he was very unsupportive and seemed annoyed with her. It was sad to see her go through all that. They kept up the facade on her social media accounts, the picture of a happy and healthy newlywed couple that didn't exist. I wondered why she went back to an abusive partner, even married him, and then allowed him to continue the abuse. I know that a lot of abused females return to their abusive partners and wondered why. While working on the PND 101 course, I realized that a lot of abused females are dating psychopaths and didn't even know it. During one live stream about gaslighting, one of the viewers realized she was getting gaslighted in her relationships. It's moments like that that made me realize that a lot of people, male and female, in abusive relationships don't even realize what is happening to them. My research centers on the psychopath next door, or PND, and those are the ones that are mostly involved in abusive relationships. A lot of people don't know about the psychopaths that don't get caught and roam freely among the normal population, wreaking havoc. I thought about how much resources the organization spent on helping her move. What a disappointment to hear that she ended up marrying the guy they tried to save her from. They helped her get out of the house, but they couldn't help her get out of the relationship. Why? An abused female has undergone so much emotional and psychological abuse along with any physical abuse. There's so much gaslighting that is involved in an abusive partner's scheme. Sometimes the victim doesn't even realize how much the abusive partner has messed with his or her head. I realize that most places that try to help domestic violence victims often aren't sure how to help them stay out of the abusive relationship or any abusive relationships. Sure, they can offer counseling, but that is only effective for some people. What about the people who counseling and therapy don't seem to help? That's where PND 101 comes in. A lot of counselors and therapists aren't aware of the PND and their bag of tricks. Sure, they know about psychopaths, but the literature is mainly focused on convicted psychopaths and not those who don't get caught. They have little knowledge about the everyday psychopath, the psychopath next door. That is a long-winded but interesting way to suggest that making the PND 101 workshop available to your clients can help them to avoid remaining in, returning to, or starting a new abusive relationship. It is an intro to the PND, but there are other courses that delve deeper if the client wants to learn more. PND 101 is enough to open their eyes so that they could start their own healing journey, whether or not they take more advanced workshops. You can take the course yourself to see if it would help your clients.